Let's bring in Florida Senator Marco Rubio. He's the vice chairman of the Intelligence Committee. So, Senator, as the vice chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, how does it feel to be lied to by the intelligence community?
Well, here's what's happening. We have, and because it's important to point out, these are all former intelligence officials who are trafficking on that. Okay, so we have this revolving door in government. Blinken used to be in government. He wasn't in intelligence. He was at the State Department, but he was in government. And Morell and Clapper and all these guys. So they take that title of having had this position, and now they're outside of government. But it gives them the credibility to band together in the eyes of the media and do things like they did with this letter about the laptop. So they come out and they tell people, though this is all Russian disinformation, and because all these people signed, these are all formers trafficking on their former service. And let me tell you, it's not just that they put the letter. They have every right to put letters out there. It's that what happened after the letter that we're forgetting. Facebook refused to allow you to post a New York Post story. All the other media outlets refused to even report on it. There was a complete and total systemic blackout on the issue because these people, this unelected, unappointed committee, self-appointed committee of formers, signed this letter. It turns out not to be true, and none of them have apologized for it. So
intelligence officials are interfering with American elections. That's what we have now.
Yeah, so these guys traffic in the former title, right? Look, this happened during the whole Russian disinformation thing.
Well, the FBI wasn't former. The FBI was telling Facebook and Twitter that the thing was Russia disinformation. Well, that's not former, that's current.
Yeah, well, that's different. That's separate from the letter. That is now them going to the media outlets and saying, and we're learning more about that every day, and saying to the FBI and others, saying, this has all the markings and the hallmarks of disinformation. So that's what we need to get to the bottom of and learn more and more about how that was operationalized from that side. But the part, and I think that's an important question and a key one that we have jurisdiction and oversight over, especially if it was FBI counterintelligence people that were doing that.
Right.
But on the issue of the formers, this is a big problem because television screens, cable news, is full of these formers, some of whom are paid, others who are not, who come on television and use their title to give credibility. These are the same people that told us, that basically flat out told us, these formers, that Trump not only colluded with the Russians, but the Russians basically ran his campaign.
You're right. And Senator, they're all being paid by CNN or NBC News or ABC News. You turn on the Sunday shows, you turn on cable news, all these former spooks are being paid by these broadcast companies, these cable companies. And how do you know what they're saying on television isn't a lie? How do we know it's not in another intelligence op? We don't.
Well, we don't, and that's the problem. And the secondary problem to it is how the media react. They take it as the gospel truth. Because again, one thing is to say, here's an article, and the Trump people say this, but the Biden has 50 formers who say that it's not. Okay, they didn't even write the story. The whole thing was blacked out. In essence, parts of this country never heard about the laptop because it wasn't allowed. You weren't allowed to post on Facebook about it. They would take down your posts. You weren't allowed to post about it on social media. They would take down their posts. So it wasn't just that they put this stuff out there. Look, the First Amendment gives people a right to lie. It happens all the time in political campaigns.
Right.
What it doesn't give, but what becomes a problem is when systemically, across the board, the entire media colludes to basically cover up the story. Today, there's an active Justice Department investigation on the laptop because it was real and it was true. But obviously, that would have been very convenient to have out there in October of 2020 as opposed to after the election.
And that's why people are losing faith in these elections, because they're all getting screwed around with.
And in our institutions.
It's why we need a Rubio committee, like a church committee, but a Rubio committee to smoke these scoundrels out of there. All right? Let's get to that.
We got to get the majority here first, but we take that part of it very seriously. And I want to be fair. Look, I travel around the world and I meet the CIA. These people are working out in the field for the CIA. They want no part of this stuff. This is a Washington-centric group of people who are looking for the exits because they know there's a big job waiting, or they want to get back in. And so they get close to one of these campaigns.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind if we do it overseas. You're not allowed to do it here, and that's the line. Thank you very much, Senator.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.